What's up, guys? Good morning or afternoon, or I guess evening if that's when you're watching this. I'm Matt Weik here with another Weik Fitness Podcast episode. Today, I want to talk about something that is fairly near and dear to me. I have the personal training side of my business, I have the content side of my business, and I want to tell you, if you're a personal trainer, why content can help you. First off, are you guys seeing this? Are you seeing this? If you're watching on YouTube, I'm sorry if you're on podcast, you can't see it. You'd have to watch it on YouTube. You see all that gray in my beard? Oh man, I am getting so old. It's not even funny. So last week I had a birthday. I turned 37 and people make fun of me, mainly my family. They're like, hey, get some gray in your beard there. I'm like, yeah, shove it. But back on topic. So if you're a personal trainer, you know that there are so many trainers out there. If you're an online trainer, you're competing primarily based off of credentials and pricing. But the biggest thing is you're trying to get out in front of people. And that seems to be the hardest thing for people to do. Whether they're an introvert or they're just starting out in the industry, whatever the case may be, they have a hard time getting prospects to engage with them. And that's where content truly shines. Now, when I say content, it can be anything from written content, so it could be like a blog or an article that you put out. It could be a podcast, just like, what I'm doing here. It could be a video on YouTube, again, which I'm also doing with the podcast that you guys can watch and listen at the same time and engage. And what that really does is, not only does it help you get more traffic to your business, but it helps people understand who you are, what you're about, the knowledge that you have. It helps you build, an authority around yourself and your brand. And that's really important because in a world where there are hundreds of thousands of personal trainers out there, what separates you from everyone else? And that's the differentiation that you need in today's business world, because everyone is out to take your business, take your clients, and quite frankly, put you out of business because you're a threat to them. And that's where content can help you build the community and the business that you're looking for. Here's the biggest thing. And this is what I've seen personally, and I can only go off of what I've experienced, but I've also seen others who have been extremely successful doing the exact same thing. When you write or record or, whatever, a piece of content, and you put it out there for people to engage with, they're going to digest that information and go, wow, that was really good information. And they're going to want more. So let's just say you do a blog post once a week, okay? Maybe you do it, maybe you outsource it, whatever. But you're giving people value that is going to help them come over and get eyeballs on your business, through SEO. Maybe you're doing some type of marketing or advertising on the piece of content that you're putting out or publishing. And ultimately, it gets people familiar with your brand. If they like the information that you're putting out, they're going to look at you and say, hey, this dude or this gal is extremely knowledgeable at what they do. They're adding a ton of value. I feel comfortable investing my money with them. Again, it could be in person. Maybe you go to a gym, you're a trainer, you have clients coming to you. Maybe you have a personal training business where you have your own studio, or you go out to other people's homes and train them in home. Whatever the case may be, content is a plan that you can use and a strategy that you can implement every day, every week, every other week. I mean, I wouldn't do anything less than every other week for content. Personally, I would do at least once a week to keep people engaged. If you do something today and you do something in 2 weeks and then you do something in a week and then maybe 3 weeks, it makes it difficult for your audience to understand your schedule of publishing new content. And if it's difficult for them to understand and follow, they're eventually going to lose interest. So that's why I say do something consistently, maybe every week. Me personally, I'm putting out something, it used to be 7 days a week. And finally I decided I'm not going to do weekends. The engagement really isn't there. And for what I'm putting out, I want to maximize the eyeballs that are going to get on a piece of content that I produce, because I put a lot of time into it and there's a lot of great information. So I want people to see it. Weekends, people are busy. They're out doing their yard work. They're doing stuff in their home. They're out with their kids. They're playing. They're doing whatever. Maybe they're going on vacation, a weekend getaway. And I get that. I understand that. I totally respect that. So right now I'm doing 5 days a week. Monday is an article. Tuesday is the Weik Fitness Podcast. Wednesday is an article. Thursday is Fit Business with myself and Jimmy Mentis, another podcast show. Friday, another, article or blog post. There are some weeks where maybe I do just once per, that week, 2 content pieces in a given day, but I'm still doing the 5 days a week. So what I've seen is I have people who read my articles, and don't be afraid to even guest blog on somebody else's site, because it's going to get your name and your information, your value out in front of their audience as well. So while you might be giving up free content that you're not getting paid for, it could get you some, clients in the long run. So utilize that as well. Social media is huge. Obviously, I don't think I really need to get into that. I've kind of beat that drum several times already on, not only this podcast, but the Fit Business Podcast, where we spoke about how important social media is today. People want to complain that the algorithm and everything changes, and oh my gosh, my traffic went down, I don't get as many impressions, and my engagement. But it's a free platform for you to go out and market your business for free, and potentially get in front of thousands of people. If you have hundreds or thousands or millions of followers, you have the potential to go out and do great with your business, as long as you're smart and you're strategic with how you're promoting your brand, your products, your services, whatever the case may be. There's nothing like social media. So if you're not doubling down on social media and posting the content that you publish, again, whether it's a blog post, an article, if it's a guest post, share that link. Yes, it's going to take people over to somebody else's website, but in the long run, your name is attached to that piece of content. If it's a YouTube video, put the YouTube video up on social media for people to watch. If it's a podcast, put the audio file or put the link to wherever they can find it, whether it's iTunes or Stitcher or Spotify, which I'm on all of those, by the way, with both Weik Fitness Podcast and Fit Business. But overall, content isn't going anywhere. I see more and more people engaging with content in the long term. Less people are engaging on platforms like cable television. Think about commercials these days. How many of you actually watch commercials anymore? I know it's very rare that I do this, but if I'm watching television, I will record a show because I'm going to skip every single commercial. If it's a 30-minute show, I can generally watch it in maybe like 20 minutes. If it's an hour show, I can get it done in roughly 45 minutes. So for me, I want to maximize my time, and that's what people want too. So don't drag out your articles or your podcasts or your YouTube videos. Get to the point, get the facts, and, say, thanks for showing up, thanks for reading, thanks for watching, listening, whatever. Peace out, and you're done. It doesn't have to be an hour-long piece of content. And in fact, if you're writing a blog and it's 10,000 words, it's going to take people, forever to read. Nobody's going to read it. They might, skim through it, but in the end, you're going to lose people, and you don't want that to happen. So try and keep it short, to the point, brief, but, with tons of value in it. So I want you guys to think about that. Obviously, this specific podcast episode, I'm directing it towards personal trainers because, I think that's an important topic that trainers are missing out on. They're so busy going to the gym and talking with clients and all of this stuff. But if you have something that you can share, hey, I see you're making some great progress in the gym. If you ever need anything, let me know. I would love to train you. Maybe we can work on some new things, work on some lagging body parts that you really want to focus on. Oh, and hey, by the way, did you know that I have a blog? Or, hey, did you know that I have a podcast or a YouTube channel where I share a ton of value that I think you would really dig? I think it has a ton of information that you could apply to, your lifestyle, your training, your nutrition, and I think it can really take your results to the next level. And it's totally free. So check it out. It's, www.blah blah blah or YouTube channel XYZ or blah blah podcast, whatever the case may be. So double down on that. People love information that they're passionate about. So similar to the way that TV is going, TV is going to the wayside, streaming is coming in, and that's where all the content is. Netflix, YouTube TV, Hulu, all of that stuff. People want the information when they want the information, and if you can provide the information, that's the way to go. So I hope you guys got something from this. If you're a personal trainer, let me know down in the comments. So whether it's on the Weik Fitness website or if it's on YouTube or on one of the podcasts, which, by the way, whatever platform that you guys are utilizing, my content from and engaging with, do me a favor. With all the algorithms and all of that stuff, I want to get this stuff out in front of as many people as possible. So if any of the pieces of content that I'm putting out is bringing you value and you feel like it would benefit someone else, do me a favor and share, that piece of content with other people. It helps YouTube and iTunes and Stitcher and even, my website for Google. It lets them know that, hey, this dude is putting out some good quality information and we should really focus on helping him get in front of more eyeballs because, people are engaging with it. So, you can leave reviews, if you like what it is. Subscribe, because that always helps, because then YouTube or iTunes or whoever sees more people are subscribed to the content, they're going to help get it out in front of more people. So everything that I do is free. So I guess you could say the cost of the podcast, if anything, is I hope that you guys will help me share this information with more people. Because I put this information out. I could be writing content for clients right now, but I put time aside because I really want to focus on bringing you guys some added value. I think it's important for everyone to give back. And, if I had this type of information back when I first started, almost 20 years ago, I feel like I would be leaps and bounds ahead of where I would be right now. So I hope you guys are getting stuff from the content that I'm putting out, whether it's the written, the audio, or the video. Let me know. Share this if you find the information helpful. Review it if you want to let people know what you think about it. And overall, I just appreciate your attention. Obviously, you don't have to be here or watching this or listening to this. We're about almost 15 minutes into it, so I want to keep this episode nice and short. And just, again, say thank you guys, because it means the world to me to have your attention here on the platforms. So with that being said, I hope you're having a fantastic day, an amazing week, and I hope to see you guys on the next episode.